So I'm here at tonight's location here in North Wales, and I'm investigating all along tonight PEN-Y-LAN Hall. Built in around 1690. It's a fantastic building. It actually sits on a 1,000-acre estate. Now I've just walked around with the owner. She showed me upstairs and a lot of the rooms to go into, the bedrooms, the old servants area. Unfortunately, I cannot film anything in the rooms in the house itself, unfortunately. So if I do get any paranormal activity in them rooms, I can still show it on camera, but I'm going to have to black the screen out when I actually come to do the video. I'm actually down now in the cellar area of the building, and even this in itself, it's a strange place. There's loads of little rooms that go off to each other, and some of the windows have bars on, and there's like a door that looks like an old jail door. Now some people do say that there was prisoners held down here in this house, but we're not sure if that story is true or not. This house has also been shown on BBC's Country House Rescue Services also. So I say it's a fantastic location. Some ghost groups, and not everybody gets the privilege of investigating this place, but some ghost groups say this is one of the most haunted houses in the UK. I'm actually down, as I say, in the cellar area. Now, apparently children have been heard down here, and also that of a baby crying that is searching for its mother. Upstairs, there's footsteps been heard, music has been heard being played, so we'll see what happens later on when we go up with the camera. I've also got the old stable block to do. Now some people do say that in that stable block there was a hanging. We're not sure again if that story is true or not, so all we can do is just go with the flow tonight, see what happens, and you know, I can't guarantee ghosts, but I can guarantee you the truth. So we'll get on to tonight's investigation at PEN-Y-LAN Hall. Right, okay, I'm in one of the other outbuildings of the hall. This was, I think, used as maybe a drinking area a long time ago. We're not really sure exactly what it was used for, but it's really, really old in here. And some really old furniture. This is the part of the hall where you drive through a big archway, and it's a little building on your right hand side as you drive through. So I'll just sort of come in here before I go down to the cellar area and see what happens. Fireplace there still. If there's any spirit people in this building with me now, anybody that wishes to come and communicate with me, can you please come forward? Give me a sign that you are here. Any sign at all? Can you show yourself in that mirror? Or tap on it, or make yourself known near the fireplace? Or tap on the fireplace, that'd be good. But again, this place, up to now for me, has been really, really quiet. Nothing has happened at all whatsoever. At the moment anyway. I've still got the cellar to do. I think it's about 11 o'clock at night now. Come on, there's loads of things for you to tap on in this building. So I've been here for about 2 hours. Nothing has happened at all, not even a maybe at this moment in time. I said, you know, Emma, lovely lady, she told me I can go in the house, and obviously there's a couple of rooms I can't go into. Obviously, as I said before, I can't film, unfortunately, in the house itself, with the furniture and the insurance and stuff like that. But I don't know, I just feel, I'm not used to doing it because I feel a little bit uncomfortable that sometimes I may stray into a room that I shouldn't really be in, and I just, for some reason I just can't settle in the house. It's just me, it's not, you know, she lives in the house, it's her house, and I don't know, I just feel a little bit uncomfortable walking around the house, to be honest. But I can film in the cellar, so we're going to go down there very, very soon and see what happens down there. I think if the group was here tonight, Caroline was here, Amy was here, I'm sure they'd pick something up in the cellar, to be honest. We'll see what happens when I go down there. But up to now, there's been nothing. As I say, the history of this place and some of the people that have had the privilege to actually come and investigate this house, and you know, not everybody gets that privilege. So I'm privileged to actually be here tonight. You know, some people say it's the most haunted house in the UK. Now, whether that's because I don't know, maybe the groups have got a lot of sensitives in the groups and they pick things up, I really don't know. But for me, for somebody who isn't sensitive, who'll always tell you the truth, you know, UK Paranormal Search will always bring you the truth. And when I'm on my own in these investigations, I very, very rarely pick anything up. Nothing really happens to me, as you know, and up to now, nothing's happened tonight. No, but we'll carry on. You know, the night's only young, and hopefully we'll get something in the cellar maybe later on. You know, or maybe we just get maybe a possible bit of paranormal activity, but we'll see what happens. But things have been happening in the cellar apparently to a lot of groups. But there again, is that because it's a cellar? Is that the psychological aspect because it's a cellar? I really don't know. So we'll find out the truth later down there if anything does happen. So is there any spirits with me in this room? Is this a place where maybe hundreds of years ago that you came to do your drinking, do your socialising? There must have been a building that you went through lots of emotions. Happy times, good times, sad times. If you were here tonight in this room, can you make a sound? Can we hear your voice? Can you knock on something? I do keep itches. I said it before in the stable block, and it's starting again now. I've got an itch on my ear. I haven't had it for ages, and I've had it again now for the last 3 investigations. Just sitting quietly, just see if anything does happen, and I feel very comfortable. I don't feel spooked at all. I feel quite at home. I've not had that. Sometimes when I go to locations, I get that anticipation that something's going to happen. I can't say at this moment in time I've had that tonight in this building, at the moment anyway. You know, I'm just telling you how I feel. You know, basically just telling you the truth. No, but I really am beginning to question, from my perspective, that isn't sensitive. I really am beginning to question the paranormal, maybe more than ever. Nothing happens to me, nothing at all. And again, I've come with a total open mind. You know, there's some places you go and you feel a little bit uncomfortable maybe, but it's early days. So the only time I felt uncomfortable is actually being in Emma's house, to be honest. It just doesn't sit well with me at all. But and she's fine, you know, she's told me to go and walk around, but you just feel like you shouldn't be there somehow in the house itself. I'm fine in the cellar because I can film in the cellar. I don't know. Come on. Is there any spirit people in this room that wishes to come and communicate with me? Anybody at all? I come in respect. My name is Phil. I wish you no harm. Some of the outer areas of the hall, I think, are rented out, and there's a gentleman that lives in one of the parts that's rented out, and he wakes up apparently and actually feels somebody stroking his leg in the middle of the night. Emma says she's quite sensitive, the owner of the house. She was telling me about it. I'm not going to go through them on camera, but she's told me a few experiences, what's happened to her. And you know, this place doesn't get advertised much for people, I don't think, to actually come here. You know, I don't think anybody can just come. So, you know, we're lucky to be able to investigate this building tonight. Okay, I'm going to give you one last chance now before we go down back into the house, back into the cellar. If I count to 3, can you make a sound? 1, 2, 3. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a quick cup of coffee, and then I'm going to go back into the house, and we'll go back under the house into the cellar. Some of these windows have got these bars on them, but now whether this goes back to the story where possible prisoners was held down here, I don't know. So I'll actually take you through, I probably talk to the sec, I can't see where I'm walking. I'll actually take you through this part of the cellar here. It's like the doors look like jail doors, as you can see. Really weird, really heavy iron gates, and that's the staircase that leads down to, or should I say, leads back up to the house. There's a little bit of a fridge there, so we need to be careful of that later on if we do get any noises. So it is it is quite a big cellar, really. Little rooms adjoining to each other. Take a seat on here. I'm actually beginning now to just, I don't know why, I'm beginning to get a real bad back. Okay, is there any spirit people in this cellar with me now? Anybody that wishes to communicate with me in this? I really have got a bad back, it's killing me. Anybody here in this cellar that wishes to communicate with me? Can you give me a sign that you are here? Again, got an itchy face, this time over my eye. I've got a lot tonight. Any spirits, can you make a sound? Anyone related to this house? If there is, can you make yourself be known? Itch under the side of my face. I feel more comfortable down here because I know I'm not in anybody's house as such. Well, I am, but you know what I mean, I'm not in the personal belongings of the house, and I can film down here, so that makes it a little bit more comfortable for me, to be honest. So to be honest, I'm going to spend an actual couple of hours before I wrap it up down in the cellar to see if anything does happen. I'm not going to be filming all the time, I'm just going to sit here and see if anything happens. So this door here, it's not really a door. Actually, this face behind there. No. That's the old coal chute. So they
the coal used to be put down here and then obviously drops into the cellar. I don't know why it's covered up with a bag, but we'll put it back. So there it was. Well, that's what that little door was. Lady is, where she is. Picture of a lady on the wall, loads of like naked women on the walls. I don't really know what that's all about, I really don't know. I really have no idea what that's all about. Loads of newspaper cuttings. Now whether they actually mean anything, I really couldn't tell you. Don't know what it's all about at all. But there's another wall I'll show you later in the cellar. There's also other bits of newspaper. It's just been stuck up on the wall. I really have no idea what it's all about. If I ask Emma later, I'll ask her, see if she knows anything about them. It's really dark in here though, so I usually just show you that's how dark it is down here. So if I pan the camera around, there's no natural light whatsoever. It's one of those places where, again, your eyes don't become accustomed to it, and if I didn't have the night vision camera on, there's no way I'd find my way out of this cellar. That's basically the truth. Any sound at all? It's just me walking. Torch on. Just I think that maybe was an old fireplace, because me and Emma were having a conversation before and we were saying maybe this is where also years ago they did the cooking. I said, well, there's usually like cooking pots or cooking hooks on the ceiling, but there isn't any of them in here. But we think, we still also said there'd probably be a fireplace in here if they did any cooking. Now to me that looks like a fireplace. Now me and Emma have just had a look up the chimney, and it looks like it was a fireplace that's now been blocked off. So possibly, maybe years ago they did do the cooking down here, or the baking or whatever. As I say, we're not really sure. If there's any servants that used to work down in this cellar, any servants of the house, can you please? I don't know, it was something. Right, if there's any servants in this house. So then I was just calling out for servants. I'm not. It sounded like a yelp or somebody shouting help. Now, I'm not saying it was, but I don't know. So I'm going to call that again and ask. If there's any servants that used to work maybe down in this part of the cellar, any servants of the house, that wish to come and communicate with me, can you speak after 3? 1, 2, 3. It just sounded like a yelp or somebody shouting help. You know, we don't even know if there was servants down here. We really don't know. We were having a chat about it before. me and Emma trying to work it out if maybe what this area was used for at some time or another. So the house dates back to 1690, so it's really, really old. And it's, as I say, as you drive up it, it's about a half-mile drive to actually get to the house. And then you've got to go over a cattle grid, which is really scary because in the middle of the cattle grid is missing. So if you miss your wheels by that much, you're going to get stuck, you're going to go down the cattle grid. So that was probably the most scariest thing that's happened to me tonight, was actually driving into the hall. I was so scared of going over that cattle grid and getting my wheels actually going down the middle where it was totally missing. I've got to get back out again there tonight, so hopefully I'll get back in one piece. Let's say it's been very, very quiet up to now. I'm going to spend a good couple of hours now just down in the cellar because I feel more comfortable down here. I'm not wandering around Emma's house. That's my foot, you can hear. I think it's one of them places, this cellar, where I think there's quite a few people. I think people will get a little bit possibly jumpy down here. I say it's pitch black, and if you didn't have a torch, you couldn't run out of here. You couldn't run out of this cellar in a hurry because you'd just bang into something or knock yourself out on something. It really is really pitch black. I just want to hear what a lot of people have heard, which is the sounds of children either playing, the sound of children crying, apparently in this area as well. So I'd love to hear something like that tonight. The spirits of PEN-Y-LAN Hall. Are there any prisoners down here maybe? Was you imprisoned for whatever reason in this cellar? Is it a true story? We're not sure if it's true. If you can confirm that there was prisoners down here, can you knock? Can you make a sound? Come and touch me. Hear your voice. What we'll do, I'm going to go into the other part of the cellar now and go around the other side. Let me show you this. So I say whether people are just putting two and two together and thinking it's held prisoners just by the door. I don't know. I really don't know. If there's any prisoners here, that door now is unlocked. You're welcome to open it to escape. Can you open the door? I know it's a hard door to open. If that door did open, it'd be one hell of a feat because it's so hard to shut. Can you open the door? Can you tap on that door? The metal door. It's now unlocked. You're quite welcome to roam free. That's just a fridge you can hear coming on. Careful, I'm trying to bang in my head, not just my camera. It's really stiff to open that door. I'll show you now the part of the house where I saw all these newspaper cuttings. I don't know what they're about at all. I really don't know. It's all like sexy stuff. Look, strip poker. Don't know if there's actually any. A lot of it's upside down as well. If there's any dates on the newspaper, I don't know. Rita Harvey scores a hat-trick and a win it Port Sunlight. Yeah, so I said I don't know what all these newspaper cuttings are about. Can't see any dates on the paper. One of the dates is March the 5th. Lost it now, 1972. So I don't know what that's all about, I really don't. It's quite a spooky, spooky walkway, that.
So again, also down here there's supposed to be lots of what they call shadow people that have been seen, and also screams of the prisoners that was allegedly imprisoned down here in this cellar. I've been down here now about 40 minutes. Again, nothing's happened. I've had no noises, apart from that one I heard in there, but that really honestly could have been absolutely anything. But at the moment nothing has happened at all. I've come now back down now, I've come down the steps and gone into the right hand side of the cellar. This area of the cellar is quite large. But again, very, very quiet. So I'll call out again to see if I can get any type of response. If there's any spirit people in this cellar with me, any man, woman or child that wish to come and communicate with me, please give me a sign that you are here. If you want to walk past me, behind me in shadow, then please do so. Can you make a sound? Any sound at all? Just to prove that you still exist in death in this building. Whether you belong to the building or you was here for any other reason, or any of the servants that maybe work down here, I honestly don't know if you did. Are you here? When you were busy bustling around, making food and waiting on the hierarchy of the house. Are you here? If I tap, can you tap back? You know what's just happened to me, but I'm not going to mention it. Can you tap back for me?
This is why I'm so sceptical when people go to haunted places, and everywhere they go they get haunted, they get spooked and things happen. You know, it makes me wonder tonight if there'd been more with me, some of the regular crew that come with me, if anything would have happened then. You know, that's what makes it interesting. You know, when I do these lone investigations by myself, nothing really happens at all. One day I might be in for a shock, eh? You never know. Can you throw something at me? Can you throw something, a stone? Move one of the door latches? Somewhere in this cellar? Can you show yourself where I'm pointing this camera? Just walk past me in shadow. you know, it's a place I'd love to do, take a bit all to myself, where I knew I wasn't like invading anybody's space, so to speak, and spend maybe a little bit more time in the house itself. You know, I can do that if I want to. I just don't feel comfortable doing it. It's just me. It's just the way I am. I have spent about an hour and a half upstairs. I say I can't film anyway. I can't film up there anyway. I did take the camera with me. I thought if something does happen, when I edit the video, I'll just blank the pictures out. But nothing's happened anyway. So I've had the dictaphone running as well while I've been upstairs. So if anything happens on that, I will let you know. You hear your footsteps like this? Can you walk towards me? So I've been down the cellar now for about an hour. What I'm going to do, I'm going to spend another half an hour down here. I think the owner's now gone to bed. They've gone up to bed, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go into the main part of the house again and just sit there in quietness, because there's no point me filming because I'm not allowed to film. So I'll go and sit maybe around the staircase area. In that respect, if anything happens in the house, I might hear it because I'll be right in the middle of everywhere. So as I say, I'm going to give it another half an hour down here. That'll take me up until about 1:45, and then go and sit in the main part of the house for about 30 minutes. And if anything happens there, I'll let you know. Well, it's about 1:15 in the morning. I've just spent 30 minutes or so in one room upstairs. I've spent 30 minutes in another room. Unfortunately, I didn't get in anything. I heard something over there. I didn't get anything in that room either, so I've come back down to the cellar now. I'm just going to spend another half an hour down here now before I actually wrap this investigation up. Unfortunately, it's been a very, very quiet night on this occasion for me, but I'm going to give it another half an hour, see what happens. And our next investigation, we go back to Scotland, where we go back in November to the castle for 4 nights. So hopefully we'll get a live feed through to you on that night and see if anything happens on that particular occasion. We went there back in 2019. A little bit of weird stuff maybe that happened down in the old kitchen area, so we're going to concentrate on that area again when we go back and see if we actually get anything. And for one night on that occasion, we are bringing somebody who's going to come along and join us for one night. The person is going to be is a believer. He watches a lot of stuff on TV and all that sort of stuff, and he really believes in all these spirit boxes and everything else that you see on the TV. So he's going to come down and spend a night with us. He's absolutely cacking his pants, so we'll see how he fares in November when we go back to the castle in Scotland. Until then, I'll speak to you again. Bye for now.